You guys want to get into talking about part one Naruto with Shane?
Oh, let's go.
Hell
Stick with me,
yeah.
everybody. I'm learning. I'm trying to get everybody's name down pat.
First run.
All right. This is my
So
first
take
run in my
anything
third
everything
anime now.
with a grain of salt and be nice to the man.
I will like the structure criticism. If you got a good joke, if it's a good joke, you can throw it. I don't care.
Just don't be a dick.
Just be
or you're getting
respectful.
1,000 years of
We can laugh together though. Let's get it.
Alrighty. So I got my list of questions up. We're going to obviously start off with the Land of Waves, the first main arc in Naruto. But before we do go into the Land of Waves, I just wanted to touch on the first few episodes of the series between episode 1 of Mizuki setting up Naruto to steal the seal, then him mastering the multi-shadow clone jutsu, followed by Team 7 being formed, Kakashi introduced, and the bell test. So let's touch on that briefly, and then we can go into the Land of Waves. So first and foremost, how did you feel when you saw Naruto barely muster up a usable clone and then 10 minutes later in the episode summon 2,000 shadow clones?
Honestly, I'm gonna put this into a crazy perspective. That gave me the feeling like when Goku was done, and gets up again. Like that. It honestly it gave me that little tickle. You know what I mean? That little build up. Like I had my own adrenaline building up over here, and it was just like, oh, I'm gonna love this series. Like I love power scaling and tiers and stuff like that. But when you see somebody get up after getting their ass beat, you know they're coming for business.
Hell yeah.
You know
About
they're
to
coming
put
for
belt
business.
to ass.
Yeah, he put belt to ass. You didn't even hear it come off, bro.
So following from there, how did you feel about Konohamaru's introduction and then the relationship that he and Naruto start building early on? Konohamaru
This
being
is
the
a
third
good question.
Hokage's grandson.
That is the
Third
little guy that's a
Hokage's
little whiny,
grandson.
right?
Yeah.
He's a little whiny. That was the
Yeah.
guy who was just locked in the room. Okay.
Whiny guy.
I honestly, I kind of liked it. I mean, I kind of like it because he kind of big brothers him in a sense,
Hell
you
yeah.
know, and it's a very strong suit for it, and it's a good dynamic, you know, when it seemed like you know, you grow up tough, you grow up under power and everything and influence like that, but you know, these two characters, no matter how young or older, they're always going to learn something from each other. But I think it's cool that they got each other and that, you know, it's Naruto. Because, you know, then again, the biggest relation in this is a lot of these characters grow up and lived life and felt alone. You know, that is the most powerful aspect when it wraps up. That reminds me of the bond like between me and my little sister, you know? You ain't gonna break that shit.
Yeah. And think about the profession all these kids' parents have too. They're all shinobi. They all
Right,
live
it's
a life where
insane.
They could lose
Yeah.
their life at any
Like,
moment.
yes, they're powerful, but like they live some rigid lives. Like we're talking like some of the worst.
Like we're
but
talking about demon.
I like that
fox
dynamic.
size of skyscrapers attacking your home at night. Like
We're talking about having the mind of a Kage at the age of 7 because you went through war for your first 7 years of
Right.
life. Like,
Right. 6, you're pretty much like, you know, standing over people that have trained their entire lives.
we're talking about having to stab your mom and dad literally in the back at night while you're just falling apart inside.
Right. Powerful character dynamic, you know. Definitely not
Alrighty.
an easy topic.
So, I guess from there, my next question before we get into the Land of Waves is just how do you feel about Team 7, Kakashi, Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke, the relationship, as well as the bell test?
The relationship with what? And the bell test
Just
was
their relationship, just how they all interact, and
just all in general.
yeah, how they
I like
interact
it.
and get along with one another and coexist together.
So I like it in a sense because there's a lot of motivation that lurks beneath the surface when it comes to, you know, somebody that's mastered a certain jiu-jitsu versus somebody that's learning like Naruto and Sasuke coming along, or somebody even younger like the grandson,
Yeah.
even though he's not a part of it. But I really like the dynamic of everybody's character. You know, it's kind of ass to see Naruto constantly in his bag over Sakura because like, you know, she's all about Sasuke, but at the same time, like, I think she'll come around. But I like that
Weren't we
dynamic. I like
all
how
at
Sasuke and
12
Naruto kind of
though?
motivate each other. Was that Tom?
I said, weren't we all like that at 12 at one point though?
Yeah. I like how Naruto and Sasuke kind of like bump heads, motivate each other, but still kind of want to fight all the time, but won't let anybody else beat their ass unless it's
Yeah,
them. It
exactly.
kind of gives me that Goku and Vegeta dynamic, which
I
is
was
fucking
just about to
awesome.
say that. It totally gives that energy.
Kakashi is an awesome, mysterious Gojo-like sensei. I really, really like him as a bring together character, holding it all into one piece. Kind of at times it seems, like even though that he's not perfect, he's gonna make some mistakes sometimes. For he's always out for the best interest, and I really like just his power, the way he could do shit. I don't like how he's too OP, like about both of his eyes aren't active, so it's always cool to see what else is to come from him. But them as a unison, I honestly couldn't pick a better group or to see who else would fit in as a character into their group to say that that's gang. But I like it. I like them so far a lot together.
I need to say, it's so funny seeing someone who's just getting into Naruto call Kakashi a Gojo-like character.
I just like he's just
Gojo
like
is literally
so.
inspired by
Oh, trust me,
I know.
we've touched on it. Trust me.
We already, yeah. I said something and he
I
kept
just think
smiling and
it's
smiling and
hilarious.
smiling, and he finally told me that it was an actual thing. But like weeks ago, even when I was watching Hunter x Hunter, I was just like, bro, this is Gojo's little brother. And then Kakashi came along, and I was like, wait, Gojo's got another brother in another dimension, bro. And then it was just like from there on. I love his personality though. Like when somebody does some badass shit, barely even look like they tried, R farmed and walked it off on some Gojo shit. Kashi's that guy.
You
Yeah,
know,
Kakashi's one of
Kakashi's
my
that guy.
goats for real, for real. So onto the
Not trying
bell
to glaze.
test. The bell test where Kakashi had the two bells, and basically the whole point of the test was to teach Team Seven teamwork. What were your thoughts on how that went down between your introduction to different genjutsu and seeing what Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura do or don't have to offer, as well as get an idea of the true power of a Jonin in comparison to these fresh genin?
So I actually really liked how it went down. I mean, I was like at first because I'm like, I don't know if I'm Team Naruto or Sasuke right now, but fucking, I really want Sasuke or Naruto to like kind of get his win for once. So it was like crazy seeing him be like belligerently useless almost. That the fact that where he was trying to learn patience and shit. I love the fact that Sakura's like almost mastered the art of patience. She's kind of powerful in her own way, even though that physically she doesn't muster like crazy strength. Like what's her name from last night? She's nuts.
Tsunade.
Yeah, Tsunade's nuts.
yeah.
Um, and then Sasuke, I kind of like how they have him as well when they were going through all the bell testing and shit like that. Like he was kind of mastering it, but also again the motivation aspect. It pushes Naruto to go even harder than he usually would, which is in my favorite aspect. They just bring the best out of each other. It was
Yeah.
cool to see everything though, or their unique ways of doing it, their thinking processes, pretty
And
much so forth and so on.
don't forget with Sasuke as well, he was also the only of the three to even touch the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's another thing. Like Sasuke really goes the limit when it comes to him. Like he's a lot more advanced than those two in a sense, but then again, like I like how they have all their own strengths.
All right, well, I
Like
think
of the
that's
three early on, Sakura has the best chakra control, and she's the only
Yeah, well,
one
that's why I
that
was saying. Like
into.
her patience is off the chart. Like that's what makes her powerful in a sense because even though that she doesn't have belligerently strong force attacks yet, or what I've seen, she's already so much stronger because she can use that to balance for stronger attacks, techniques, or defense. I mean, that can literally null anything that will come her way if needed. Just for now, it seems.
Okay.
I think
I
that's
have a
a
really underlying feeling about her though. Something just tells me I don't want no spoilers, no grins, no nothing, but something tells me she's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
All right, well, with that, I think it's a good point to move on to the Land of Waves. I think that was a really good conversation about the belt test, especially. But Team 7 is obviously you're falling in love with them already, but I think by the end of the series, you're going to be like, wow, this is my fucking squad right here.
Dude, I love Team 7 as much as I like the Hunter x Hunter squad. Like, the Hunter x Hunter squad was pretty damn good. And that's where, like, Team 7's really fallen into place for me like them.
Gotcha.
You know?
Hell yeah. So, my first question when it comes to the Land of Waves arc would be, how did the interaction between Naruto and Haku change your view of Naruto as a character? So remember, Haku is the dude who had the ice mirrors riding along with Zabuza.
Yeah. What pretty much he was moving near FTO.
He can move light speed between his mirrors, but wasn't against Naruto and Sasuke. He was holding back.
I remember this. So the question was pretty much how it was.
Like, how did the interaction between the two of them and how Haku shaped and formed Naruto's mindset rub off on how you feel about Naruto as a character?
Oh, this is great, because that's like literally number one that I wanted him to have from the jump, was just to have that learning basis of just being like, yo, be patient, you know? Like, he really needed patience, because at first, you know, he was just all belligerent strength, or, you know, he could get away with such and so much until he met somebody like Sasuke, or somebody who's really going to give him trouble and be like, yo, if I don't think through what I'm about to do, or master the balance, or my chakra, I'm fucked. And I really like how it was like, oh my god, this guy is so fast that he might be able to kill me in the blink of an eye. So like, I really need to think this through. And it was nice. It was almost like that wake up call. Like, yo, you need to like do something different, or you're cooked. You're cooked. Because he was about to be cooked. I mean, he just literally kept going and beating himself. I mean, dude, it was reminding me of the time that Wolverine just wouldn't stay down. You know, like. I thought he was done the second to the last time when he went down. I thought he wasn't getting up again, and he got up again and again.
Yep.
So stemming from that, narratively speaking, in terms of what Haku taught Naruto about what it means to be a shinobi, and kind of how shinobi are viewed worldwide as tools more so than people, and how that affected Naruto.
So he didn't like that. I mean, I didn't even like it at first neither, but like, when it comes down to it, that was almost like a terms and conditions type of thing. Like, when it's up, it's done. And Naruto didn't have Naruto didn't have the that mindset structure of wisdom and a long time elongated throughout life, to where it's just gonna be like, hey, like, this is just what I need for prioritization right now. You know, it's been through so much. Life doesn't mean anything. When Naruto is heartfelt, humble, will fight for any living thing if, you know, it would defend or even crack a smile at him, you know, that had good energy or whatever. Like, it was just a really big difference, and I like how Naruto has such a big heart to fight for that. When some people say that it's almost rendered useless, like him, oh, other shit, motions, everything's gonna get in the way. Well, Naruto kind of just proved you wrong, because in the sense, like, those emotions at the end of the day make you an even stronger person, or have you get up off the ground 2 more times like he did.
Yep.
Well put. I
really don't have anything else to add to that.
Gotta give a chef's kiss there.
Listen, I'm on one right now. I was dying for this. I was waiting all week.
So this also somewhat stems off of that topic, but how did you feel about Zabuza's reaction and subsequent final moments as a result to Naruto's speech?
I want to hear this.
Zabuza. Give me a picture of him real quick.
The dude with the executioner's blade fighting Kakashi.
Gotcha. When all that crazy shit was going on, he had to deal with him. Okay.
Who was wearing his suspenders around his neck like a bow tie.
Yeah.
Dude was really like 6'8", I swear to God.
So while he was fighting him, what was the question?
So the question is, how did you feel about Zabuza's reaction and subsequent final moments / death as a result of Naruto's speech?
Gotcha. I'm trying to remember Naruto's speech off the dome. Along the lines of what was he like kind of going into reference of?
Like basically,
Naruto.
It kind of boiled down to like that kid just sacrificed himself for you. Like, how can you sit there?
Yes,
anything?
yes. This is when Naruto was losing his shit.
was
I
cracking.
kind of liked it because it kind of gave his hard ass, even though he would have probably never broke that promise till death, till he met Naruto, even on top of being the Nine Tails Fox. Like, bro, literally changed him on the spot. Like, I couldn't believe that he was starting to shed a tear and like actually gave a fuck for a second and was just like, oh my god, you know. Like, this is a whole nother. He kind of put himself in that kid's shoes for a second and was just like, wow. But also, he had one flashback of something, I think, right? That he kind of had kick on him, that weighed him heavy, that made that happen, right?
yeah. So he had thought
Got-
back. He had thought back
Yeah, he
to
thought-
when him and Haku had first met, as well as when him and Haku had left the Land of Water for the first
Yeah.
time, overlooking. It's like, oh, we're gonna come back here one day, and basically Orochimaru this shit.
Right. So I like how Naruto has this effect on people. Honestly, like all the right to Naruto to yell at his ass for that, but at the same time, you know, standing up for a whole nother soul that literally was, I mean, he was willing. That guy was ready to fucking die, you know, and he even woke his ass up and him up and was just like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, you literally using this kid as a piece of currency. Like, you spent it and it's gone. That was it. And it's just like, Naruto's just a powerful, like, we don't even gotta talk chakra, hands. Like, he's just a powerful character right now, and he's really making it seem, you know?
He's a presence for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it doesn't matter if he's the smartest presence, the loudest, or the quietest. Like, he's Naruto, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's just the best way I could put it.
No, like you did with that last topic. I mean, you're
Hell yeah,
chef's
Shaw.
kissing it, kind of chef's kissing it, you know.
I don't want to leave out Sasuke too. When Naruto was going against that guy with the mirrors, like, props to him actually catching up and on spot getting better as what was needed before they died. Because without him and Naruto sacrificing himself, damn near falling on the ground repetitively after getting needle, like, I was impressed that he actually caught up with that, understood what was happening, and read the movements for the next scene to kind of ravel out so they didn't just die in that fucking dome.
And
Like,
Haku
that was impressive.
so hesitant to kill them too. Like
Right.
what you said about needle after needle. That's what
Right.
jogged my memory on this. He did not want to kill them.
He was playing with them. He
wanted
could
them
have
to stand
easily.
down. So you know what he was doing to them had to hurt so bad because
Right,
they're
he was
just
basically
getting,
fitting
like,
himself.
puncture, and then they're like, okay, I got my breath back. Ha, puncture.
Right.
Like, dude, that's
Right.
gotta.
And it was even hurting the other dude, like, in a sec too, because, like, he's basically fighting himself at that point, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
he absolutely was. He had a huge.
it was
internal
it was a hard fight emotionally and physically on all sides, I feel, but it was definitely good and done right, I feel. Like, I really liked the demonstration how it was boiled down.
Do you think Haku could have beaten Kakashi in a straight 1v1 fight? Why or why not?
Show me one more picture of him just so I can just have every thing rolls in my mind. Haku.
Ice mirrors.
Oh. Alright, Ice Mirrors is Haku. Learning. So current state of what I haven't seen
Just
versus
in that
what's farther
arc.
to come.
Just in that arc. Nothing you see from Kakashi after that. Just like straight up in that arc.
Honestly, I want to be Team Kakashi, but I think he would have been a little bit of a problem. But it would have been a fucking close fight.
I
it
could
would've
agree
been-
with Haku being a problem for Kakashi.
It would have been a little bit of a problem because you look at the speed, look at the techniques. You know what I mean? Eye's not going to see everything. But that was only just based off the current situation. I think Kakashi got him, but I'm not going to say it's a home run hitter. it's going to be a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, I gotta give that to you, considering how weakened Kakashi was using
Right.
the Sharingan in that.
That's
arc.
why I'm kind of like, because remember, he doesn't have full power of it yet, or at all. The fuck if I know. 2, he was already wounded, tired. 3, it's that guy. I mean, it's not anybody else that we're talking about. Like this
Like I'm
fast.
fully with you. It's a dub for
Yeah.
Kakashi, but it's not a home run hit. Not by a
Right,
long shot.
right. I mean, he's probably getting to second base farthest. You know, just the home hitter. He's getting home, but he made it second base. He didn't run all bases, just run his shit
Yeah.
all day.
He didn't knock it out of the
Yeah.
park. But
So
Yeah.
for me, I feel like Kakashi's only real advantage here is overall battle experience.
That's what I was
Both he and Zabuza straight up state that Haku is stronger than Kakashi, but then if we look at the actual feats, we have on the bridge where Kakashi is going for his kill shot on Zabuza, activates his Raikiri, and you have Haku from across the bridge, mind you, talking to Naruto, just got his shit pummeled in by Nine-Tails Chakra Naruto, and he's like, oh shit, something's about to happen. Blitzes Kakashi's Raikiri, which is baseline lightning speed. He cut lightning with it at 14. He's now double that age. It's baseline lightning speed. I would be willing to say substantially faster than lightning speed, given the time that's passed, but that's neither here nor there. You have above lightning speed reaction from across the bridge after he just got his shit pummeled in, to the point where Kakashi doesn't realize it's Haku till after Haku is impaled. Okay? On top of that, the fact that Haku was holding back against Naruto and Sasuke is a very key point to keep in mind here as to why he wasn't beating Naruto and Sasuke, or they were surviving, quote unquote, against him long enough to then put him against someone like Kakashi. Haku did not want to kill Naruto and Sasuke, and it is straight up stated that when he is fighting at his full power, he's capable of moving at light speed through his ice mirrors. We've already seen with, I don't remember exactly, as you and I, Tom, had talked about it, if he had used this ice mirror to blitz across the bridge. Either way, whether...
I don't know if it was ever shown, but given what we know of... I don't want to say, but given what we know, it would be the perfect setup for something else.
Yeah, so whether he does use the ice mirrors to do that blitz or not, I feel like is really irrelevant, because either way, he's doing the blitz. And if it is in the ice mirrors, then it kind of just, like, enforces that if Kakashi was in the full enclosure of the ice mirrors, that he'd have a pretty hard time keeping up. But either way, we see Haku without even having the full domain of ice mirrors around him, after just getting the shit kicked out of him by Nine-Tails Chakra Naruto, ready to give up on life, decide in that split second, oh no, actually I'm going to casually blitz this borderline lightning speed attack from across the bridge. So I really... He did it, like, fast as fuck. Like, Kakashi didn't realize it was Haku till after Haku is around his arm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I retract my answer. I'm gonna change a few things, because now leeway on my end here, I was falling asleep during some of these episodes. He just revitalized me on a very good point. Some of the past and the childhood coming from him, strong as fuck. And his speed, there's a couple of things that I was forgetting and trying to, like, pinpoint with this guy, but I'm actually gonna vice versa it and say that Kakashi is going to lose, but not by the home run. Same exact answer, flipped. Because there was a lot of things that weren't really thought through. And
so to wrap up what I was saying, I guess I'd probably say I'd give it to Haku 6 out of 10 times and Kakashi 4 out of 10 times, because I feel like his only real advantage is experience. And don't get me wrong, that's a substantial advantage, but against someone like Haku, who's been trained by Zabuza, who has plenty of experience in his own right, it's kind of hard to...
That's an amazing ratio.
Flip of that, but I do like your numbers. I would give it 6 out of 10 to Kakashi.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Because of the Sharingan and being able to, because he has the 3 Tomo, he's able to predict physical as well as ninjutsu
Right.
and genjutsu. And yes, the ice mirrors are ninjutsu. But Haku is using that ninjutsu to essentially exponentially increase his physical. And Kakashi's, like you said, he's got that battle. He's got reaction time that we haven't seen yet, but given the battle experience of being able to see what's coming, anyone with that battle experience will be able to predict.
Yeah.
With that battle experience, he's gonna be able to predict, perceive, and react before Haku makes, say, the 3rd or 4th movement in a sequence. So Haku's making his first move. She's ready for. He's gonna turn around with that.
My counter to that is the fact that Kakashi's Sharingan negates the tunnel vision of the lightning blade, so he can be aware of other stuff going on aside from it, and still got completely blitzed from across the bridge by Haku, who had just gotten the shit kicked out of him.
And that's a very good.
My counter to that
fight.
is that Kakashi wasn't looking at Haku; he was looking at Zabuza.
But it doesn't. But it doesn't matter because the Sharingan. You just fought yourself because the Sharingan perceives that stuff.
You just said that it perceives other things, but also if he's not really mainly focused on the first thing that's happening, he should.
But that aside,
he's going to be able to perceive 2 or 3 steps ahead.
But that aside, with the lightning blade.
Yeah, that's
the Sharingan. So the lightning blade basically causes a tunnel vision unless you have the Sharingan, and that Sharingan allows him to not get tunnel vision and be aware of other stuff going on around him. So it's kind of like seeing something like that like happen in verse.
It kind of blows past both. Like, one was, okay, I'm definitely going to catch him. The second is just like, alright, this is if I barely catch. No, he got past both. Like, literally, like, Kakashi was like, oh shit. Like, the face that he made when he realized who was in front of him, like, even I was just like, he didn't see that?
That's another thing is, obviously Kakashi's cold and whatnot. If they were to just meet, like, with no prior context, I don't think Kakashi would have too many qualms, if any, about killing Haku. But if they were under the context of prior, and I think that's why Kakashi seems so surprised, I don't think Kakashi wanted to kill Haku. If it came to it, he was going to, but I don't think Kakashi, in character, wanted to kill Haku.
There's actually a major reason that I can't talk about for Shane's sake of why Kakashi was so shocked at that, and it's because he remembered what had happened before.
Right.
That's a good.
I thought about
but I agree with you,
Dan. And what just occurred to me, so correct me if I'm wrong, but in the episode, I'm visualizing it right now. Haku's standing in front of Naruto, he's smiling to him. Kakashi's about to hit the lightning blade, and then it just cuts to where Haku was, and it's just nothing there, right? And then, if I'm remembering correctly, didn't it cut to a scene of an ice mirror pulling?
It could have. I don't remember if it was the ice mirror or not.
That's evidence that he did use the mirror to blitz Kakashi. I'm just.
Wait, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, see,
it's a split second after there's a mirror that's shown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the evidence of him using the mirror to accelerate and blitz and get around the lightning blade to protect.
I'm almost 110% sure he used the mirror.
So that's like, even if we go back to the whole Kakashi point though, more damn, this big ass mirror of ice spawns right next to you and Zabuza, and Haku comes out of it, and you don't notice it till Haku. So
yeah, like that. It's fast. That's fast.
It's also one of those things. Kakashi's not tunnel vision because of the lightning blade right now, but his focus was solely on Zabuza. So in a metaphorical sense, it was tunnel vision one action. So when you're in a situation like that, someone just suddenly, hey buddy, you're like, huh?
Yeah,
it takes
you're in your ninth thought, and then somebody exactly.
You see before you perceive, and then you perceive before you react, and you're like, huh?
Also, another flaw on Kakashi's side in the time being, before that went down, I didn't think it was like, he took it too crazily serious. And then it was just like, alright, we need to kind of step it up here. You know what I mean? Kind of took it real easy at first, it seemed, for me. Until he was faced.
Definitely-
You know what I
Kakashi's
mean?
one of them dudes who's a little
He'll
disrespectful.
always kind of underestimate a sense, but he's always going to bring what needs to just get the job done.
Yeah.
Gojo shit.
So how did you feel, kind of going off that topic a little bit, about Naruto's Nine-Tails chakra transformation and Sasuke's Sharingan?
The first 2 times seeing those was amazing. Seeing the Nine-Tails was almost like going out back at night and seeing a dragon spawn in front of my face. Like, that was badass. And I was really confused on how it worked at first, because I was just like, I was trying to see exactly like if it was just his spirit, his physical spirit, or his actual body. But like when I actually seen the aftermath, I was like, oh, this is badass. I can't wait to see more in exactly how much it scales. And then the Sharingan with Sasuke, it's just badass. Like, it fits his character perfectly.
The inner demon trope is that
Perfectly.
it only, like gives you physical changes. Like Naruto's canines grow out.
Right, he's got his canines and he's literally got slits. Oh, bro, it's so badass. It's so badass, because I thought at first, I was like, is he legit the damn fox? And then I seen him after.
That was the original pilot. There was, you can still find that on the internet somewhere. The original pilot was that he was a fox in he.
Gotcha. Okay. I would love to actually do some side reading after I finish first correctly and know everything.
It was like one chapter,
but
yeah, it's there somewhere.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I figured. All right.
So how do you feel about the Land of Waves as an introduction to both the life or death stakes of the Naruto world and how it conveys the ultimate way of the shinobi?
I feel like we should be eating hot wings each time you ask one of the questions. Like, these are like some Sean Evans level questions, dude. Like,
We could do that for one of the episodes.
That's what Fire Style is gonna be, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so give me like a 2-minute cap on the contexts here. So I'm trying to think. I'm still trying to learn exactly what is what in category.
So the land of waves. The Land of Waves is the overall arc. That first arc, going from them leaving the village them leaving the village for the first time, all the way to them getting back before being recommended for the Chunin exams.
All right, now it makes sense. All right, sorry guys, I got to be prompted like fucking ChatGPT here.
So the question was, how do you feel about the Land of Waves as an introduction to both the life or death stakes in the world of Naruto and how it conveys the way of the shinobi?
It is for sure awesome, wholesome, humble, and cutthroat. Stuff like a scene can literally turn in literally the flick of an eye, but at the same time, like I said, I love the way everything was introduced, everybody's character and the role that they play, and the roles that they're pretty much already going into being. I really like the first arc, honestly. For a first arc, it was a pretty good start, introduction, plot, story, character, backstory was really good on a lot of characters. We had a lot of power scaling already in the first half versus a lot of other animes. It's moving pretty quick, but there's still a lot more to go, so that's another one of my favorite parts. I love it. I really honestly can't even think right now, other than I can't wait to watch Naruto after this. Pretty much that's it, bro.
Final question regarding the Land of Waves is just an overall scale of 1 to 10. What would you rate the arc and why? And you can either rate it 1 to 10 in comparison to other anime you've seen, or 1 to 10 in comparison to the other arcs that we're going to talk about. Either way.
So I'm only going to rate it by itself, because it'd be biased for me to even go. There's too many what-ifs, there's too many things to go back and forth on when it comes to comparing to another anime, because each anime is projected differently. You know, they want you to perceive or receive certain information at certain times. I'm going to give it a 10. Same thing I gave Hunter x Hunter. Same thing I gave Dragon Ball Z. You know, like, at the end of the day, that is their own way of displaying characters, power, the way that the story and the plot's going to unfold. And I like the way it is. I like the way that they did it. It wasn't too over the top. There was no episodes that felt like fillers. There was constantly something new to learn or that was going on. It was very informative throughout combat. So I love it. All around, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, just like I would as other animes. This is definitely one of my top three.
All right,
I'll give you a more updated answer at the end. But...
With that, we got a 10 out of 10 for the Land of Waves.